going to stay in the Word, if it's all right for y'all, a few more minutes and see what God's got for us in here. In the late 1930s, when in-home weather detection was just beginning, there was a man that lived on Long Island. And he had seen this somewhere being advertised. And he ordered him a barometer. So the barometer arrives. He unpacks it. And he's looking at this thing. Precisely calibrated, of course. The newest and the latest. And the day is sunny. And there was a little needle. And it said, hurricane. Well, this thing was so precisely tuned, he done what any man would do. He shook it to see if it would work. Well, the needle stayed in the same spot. Sun shining. They say a hurricane. He set it up on the mantle and he commuted into the city. That's where he worked. So the next morning on the way to work, he wrote Abercrombie and Fitch a scathing letter about this barometer that didn't work. But when he got home that evening, the barometer was gone. And so was his house. See, that was when the hurricane of 1938 came through. The barometer was right. It didn't need any adjustment, just like the Word of God. It is right. It does not need any adjustment. Many times it'll tell us something that we don't like to hear. But it's not our job to adjust. It doesn't need adjustment. It needs obeying. And we're going to look at Acts 27 this morning. And Dr. Luke spent enough time, he put a shipwreck, took a whole chapter to write about a shipwreck and a storm. And it makes us wonder, well, God must have thought that this would be important. He must have thought that could we have storms in our life? Do we all have storms in our lives sometimes? Okay, so, you know what? God He knows everything. He has given us a little bit of instruction here. Now, I want to share something else with you. Sometimes the storms we get in, they're not our fault. Every storm we get in is not our fault. And that's what happened to Paul here on this shipwreck. This was not Paul's fault. Paul did not want to say it, but he did. So let's look here at chapter 27, and we'll start reading at verse 9 and go through 14. Now, when much time was spent, and when sailing was now dangerous, because the fast was already in past, Paul admonished them and said to them, Sirs, I perceive that this voyage will be with hurt and much damage, not only for the lady and ship, but also of our lives. Nevertheless, the centurion believed the master and the owner of the ship more than those things which were spoken by Paul. And because the haven was not commodious, it was suitable to winter, the more part, the majority, advised to depart from there also, if by any means they might attain to Phoenicia, and there to winter, which is a haven of Crete, and lies toward the south, west, and northwest. And when the south wind blew, it blew softly, supposing that they had obtained their purpose. Loosening there, they sailed close by Crete, but not long after that arose a tempestuous wind called the Rocklodon. All right, so let's just set this thing up here for a minute. Paul told them, it's going to be a problem, guys. We don't need to go. We do not need to go. He got overruled. You know, a lot of times in life, we make decisions that are not God-led. They're people-led. A husband, a father, he gets an opportunity to go to another town. More money, that's the answer to everything. So he uproots his kids. They're out of school. Takes them. His wife, she's serving in church, takes her, moves to another town. Now these kids, this wife, they're in a storm. None of their doing. Somebody wants to get a divorce, the husband or the wife. One partner wants it, the other one does not. And man, it brings a storm crashing into that marriage. You can just see the waves crashing emotionally. These things happen. They didn't cause them. The individual didn't cause them. Somebody else made that choice. I have to mention this. We are governed by the rules and laws of our country. Sometimes our country brings down laws that are against the will of God. That's not our fault. We get in that storm of state, perhaps. We get in that storm, not of our will. And that's what had happened to Paul here. This is exactly what had happened to Paul. Now let's look at just a few things that happened here that probably sunk the ship for. I'm going to read verse 9 and we're going to talk. And I'm going to go through these verses and we're going to pull some things that the Lord has given us out of these. In verse 9, now much time was spent and sailing was now dangerous because the fast was now already past. Paul admonished. So they had a decision to make here. They just had to do something. They decided compulsion. Have you ever heard that word, compulsion? Look at the definition of compulsion. An irresistible urge to behave in a certain way, especially against one's conscious wishes. Can you hear them? We've stayed around here long enough. Let's do something. Let's go somewhere. We got to go. Sometimes if God puts us somewhere, we need to stay there till He moves us. Right. But compulsion, what things happen by compulsion? We mentioned divorce. Need to do something different. Quit school. Been in school long enough. I don't need school. I'm going to quit. I don't like this job. I'm going to quit my job. See, compulsion is not a good thing. See, God, He don't push. The Holy Spirit leads. We let Him lead us. We don't get pushed into these other things. Now, let's look at verses 10 and 11. And Paul said to them, sirs, don't you just know that Paul's going to love this later on whenever it's going on, I told y'all. You ever going to say, I told you so? But he said, sirs, I perceive that this voyage will be with hurt and much damage, not only to the lady and ship, but also to our lives. Nevertheless, the centurion believed the master and the owner of the ship more than those things which were spoken by Paul. We got a little consultation going on here. Consultation is formally consulting or discussing a matter. Well, the centurion, the guard, he talked to the shipmaster, to the captain of the ship. You know, I mean, after all, this is a seasoned sailor, right? You know, we got to do what the sailor says. You know, he owns the ship. We're going to follow him. We're not going to follow God's man. You know, Paul told them, God, we have pastors, see, we need to follow them. We have people that God has put in place. And that will always not go along with what the world's saying. Well, we have these experts in situations. You know what an expert is, don't you? An X is a has-been, and a spurt is a grip under pressure. So, you know, we do have experts in areas. But that's what the centurion guard decided to do. He said, hey, I'm not listening to you, Paul. Matter of fact, you're a prisoner anyway. I'm going to listen to what the shipmaster says, the owner of the ship. And he says sail. But you know, they just didn't think it was going to be very comfortable to winter there at that little harbor. So we'll look at verse 12. And because the haven was not commodious, and that was suitable to winter in the more part, advised to depart from there also, if by any means they might attain to Phoenicia, there to winter, which is a haven of Crete, and lies toward the southwest and northwest. All right, now they're looking at weather, and they know it's going to get cold. But comfort. See, we want to be comfortable. I mean, the society today promotes self-comfort. If something is hard, we don't need to do that. Let's don't do anything that takes us out of our comfort zone. We don't need to do anything like that. If it's not going to be easy, we don't need to do it. That's what they're doing here too. You know, as a matter of fact, if you start living, this is a self thing, if we start living totally for self, and once again, society today promotes that, do you know that gets awful close to something called animal living? I mean, think about how an animal lives. An animal eats when it wants to eat. Animal sleeps when it wants to sleep. It drinks when it wants to drink. It cohabitates, associates whenever it wants to associate. It reproduces when it wants to reproduce. Animal living. Does that sound familiar to the way society does today? But you can mark this down. If you start living your life totally on things that are comfortable, it won't be very long until we start getting uncomfortable. If your marriage gets a little uncomfortable and you decide to change gears and make it comfortable, you're going to get uncomfortable. If your job gets uncomfortable and you decide to get a more comfortable position, you might get a little hungry. See, comfort will get us in trouble. Everything is not comfortable in life. God never promised us smooth sailing. He just promised us a safe landing. Amen. See, that's what we're looking at here. We cannot totally operate on comfort. And once again, in verse 12, the more part. The majority said move. The majority is not always right. See, God had a man in place. And that man had given them specific instructions not to leave. And there again, it was consensus and a general agreement. The more part, they all agree. The majority is not always. Now, this one right here is really scary. And boy, we do this. I've been guilty of it, and I know a lot of other folks have been guilty of it. In verse 13, now listen to this. And when the south wind blew softly, supposing that they had obtained their purpose, loosening there, taking up the anchors, they sailed close by a creek. The south wind blew. There's your sign. We got a nice warm wind behind us. This must be from God. Has to be from God. It's an opportunity that God gives. How many times in our lives do we see an opportunity? We don't pray about this opportunity. We might listen to some people about it. We don't ask God nothing about it. And this opportunity presents itself, and we take it. And what a mess do we get? A new car, nothing down. God, what an opportunity. What a $1,200 a month note. You know? Opportunities are not always from God. Now, don't you worry. God does give us opportunities. He gives us opportunities, and thank you. Just praise God for the opportunities He gives us. Right. But everything, every open door is not from God. Matter of fact, these opportunities, here's one of the signs right here. If somebody gives you an opportunity, and they push you, well, I need an answer. If you get that push, you know what your answer better be? No. I need to pray about this. I need to see if God's got a little something for me on this. Thank you for your opportunity, but I'll pass. But the south wind blew. And you know that's the way we are. We just get blown away. We get blown by whatever wind's blowing. What's popular today? You know, that's the way the wind works now. Everybody else is doing it. The wind's blowing this way, and I won't even start about the way some of the wind's blowing nowadays.
That's right.
But just because that wind blows that way, don't follow the majority. All right, we're going to just keep going. So, we've done seen how we can get in a mess with some of these storms. So let's look at a few things that we can do when we do find ourselves in these storms. These storms are going to happen. And if you're not in a storm right now, praise God. You'd be crazy not to enjoy not being in a storm. But mark this down. Your storm, my storm is coming. It's coming. There'll be a day. Just like, the guy with the barometer. The sun was shining. There's no way there's going to be a hurricane the next day. You never know what that day holds. So we've got just a few truths right here. One thing is you're going to read on, you're going to see what God done for Paul. God guarded Paul. And he will guard us. God guarded Paul. We're going to jump around a little bit. We're going to go to verses 20 and 24. And when neither sun nor stars in many days appeared, and no small tempest lay on us, all hope that we should be saved was taken away. It was abandoned. But after long abstinence, Paul stood forth in the midst of them and said, Sirs, here he gets to do it. Sirs, you should have hearkened to me, and not have loosed them free, and to have gained this harm and loss. And now I exhort you to be of good cheer, for there shall be no loss of any man's life among you, but of the ship. For there stood by me this night the angel of God, listen here, whose I am and whom I serve. That's who Paul's God. Saying, Fear not, Paul, you must be brought before Caesar, and lo, God has given you all them that sail with you. You will be all right, Paul, not just you. Everybody that's with you. Now, these other people are in this storm too, right? This is a storm. It's going on. Now, all of a sudden, Paul does give them a little reminder. He said, Fear not. Fear not. So not only did God guard Paul, he guarded everybody with him. Now, it seems like God took Lot out of Sodom and Gomorrah before they got their mess. Seemed like before he loaded that ark up, Noah and his family was aboard. Now let's think about this in the context of the world today. There's a lot of people that think these troublemaking Christians need to be out of here. You're prejudiced. You just are not accepting. That's the way the world looks at Christians. That's the way the world looked at Jesus, as a matter of fact. And when we say the world, hey, what God created, earth, he said it is good. When we hear the word world, that's an order. It comes from the Greek word cosmos. And when you hear order, you have the world of sports. Okay, that's what goes on in the sports world. The world of finance. The financial world. You ladies put on your cosmetics this morning. You got your face in order. So it's an order. So this world today, it don't see things like that. It wants these Christians gone. But based on what evidence we have out of the Word of God, when Christians are gone, there's something fixing to happen. See, what this world don't realize is Christians are the only thing that's keeping God from bringing his wrath down right now. So when they get their way, when they get what they want, this world, they're not going to want what they get. And we need to be mindful of that. I don't know how you present that to somebody that attacks the Word and the things of God, but it's a fact. But you better not be in such a big hurry to get us out of here, because there's something coming if you're not right. So God guarded Paul. And we got a few backup versions on that. Let me look here in Luke 21, just see what God's got to say about that. Luke chapter 21, 16 through 18. And you shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren, kinfolks, and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But here it comes. But there shall not be one hair of your head. Amen. God is not going to let anything happen. In John it says, he who believes in me shall never die. So they might rough us up a little bit, might even poke us in a coffin and stick us in the ground. But whenever that trumpet sounds, a D9 Dozer parked on top of us can't hold us down. We're coming out.
Right.
So don't be worried about what this world's got to say.
Amen. That's right.
Now, there's something else that you know these people really have an issue with. Now, they're in this storm. It's getting bad. We're going to read a little bit more here in a minute. This storm got really bad. I mean, can you see them? There's water and waves and sloshing around. And Paul tells them, you just see the water's all over his face, and he's right in there. He's in the same storm they're in. He said, be of good cheer. Everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. He's lost his mind. We're in a storm. How can you be acting like that in this storm? You know, Paul, can you see him just rearing back? See, Paul knows how God operates. He said, how can you do that? He said, hey, I got me some joy. See, the same God that gave me joy when I was in stocks in some Philippian jail is the same God that's going to bring me out of this storm. You know how I know? Because he told me. If God tells us, we can count on it. The word he says is yes and amen. But yeah, Paul's telling them, be of good cheer. Be of good cheer. We're going to be all right. Have you ever had somebody be in a storm, or you be in the storm, and they give you that word of encouragement, and you think, there's no way this is going to work? You're crazy. That's not going to work. You know, it says that we walk by faith, not by sight.
That's right.
We don't go by the things we see. We're going to get pretty depressed if we base everything on what we see. We base everything on what God says, our faith in him. And you know, we've got so many examples through the Word on people that exercise that faith. Think about old Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They didn't budge. Their faith was in God. You remember what old King done? He said, heat that furnace up 7 times hotter. 7 times hotter normally than you would. And I think he said we put 3 men in there, and he's looking there, he said, if we just put 3 in there, I see 4. I see 4. And one looks like the Son of God.
That's right.
God will not forsake us. He will never leave us. We've got example in his word, but I bet you if we ask around enough, we've got examples in this room too. Where God has showed up when the fire was hot and the storm was raging.
That's right.
He shows up. Look at verse 20 here for a minute. Well, now, when we get in these storms, if you don't have Jesus, it's kind of hard for somebody to understand what we're talking about. See, Jesus, boy, we sang on that old mountain. We sang about it. We got to hear about that this morning. But Jesus, that's the difference. That is what is the way maker. Verse 20. And when neither sun nor stars in many days appeared, and no small tempest lay on us, all hope we should be saved was taken away. Now see, think about what was happening here. Back in them days, they didn't have radar and sonar and all these other instruments for guides. You know, they had to count on the stars at night and the sun at day, what they could see. That's how they had to travel. And they would do sounding. I don't understand how you do sounding. John used in the Navy. They do soundings to see how far away they were from the land. But this storm was raging. They couldn't hear the soundings. Many days they had not seen stars or the sun. They couldn't even chart their course. They didn't know where they were at. Their sun, all their means of travel and navigation were gone. It was all gone. What did they do? You know, in life, we did the same thing. And we said the same. Okay, we got our checklist. Kids, colleges in line, education, check, knock that off. Finances, we have our 401k, we have Retirement is all set up. Job, yes, I have gotten this job. This job will carry me from point A to point B, and then from there, what happens when these things get gone? What happens when those things that we are charting our course with, what happens when they leave, when they disappear? And they will. If you do not have Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you don't have anything you can really count on. See, they were lost. And can you see people that are struggling in addiction? And man, I have to say this. Well, kids will put their parents in a storm. Parents will put their kids in a storm. Families will do things to each other they may not really want to do. When these storms happen, you've lost everything. You've lost control. So you got to have something you can count on. And folks, can I tell you today that that something is Jesus? That is the thing we can count on. We're going to read on a little bit more. Let's just get that firmed up a little bit. You got to have something that matters. When you're in that storm, and whenever that time comes, that everything you've counted on is gone, where you going? Let's look at Matthew here for a minute. And we're going to start out in chapter 7 at the end and read into just a little bit. Chapter 7, verse 26, 27. And we're going to read on down into chapter 8, 3rd verse. And everyone that hears these sayings of mine and does them not shall be likened to a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. I think we heard about that this morning. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat down that house, and it fell, and great was its fall. Now this is Jesus talking. And see, when Jesus was ministering to the folks, he didn't have a break too. He was the Son of God. He was full of God. He was full of man. He could take him a break. He'd go up on that mountain and pray a little bit. We always hear about Jesus coming off the mountain. All right, so we're going to go over here to chapter 8. When he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him, and behold, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if you will, you can make me clean. And Jesus put forth his hand and touched him, and saying, I will. Be you clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. There got to be a feel for the storm. Do you think this man was not in the storm of his life? You know what was going on with the leper? You couldn't even get around. They couldn't be around anybody. They were ostracized. They were put to their self. And can you see all the people? Just like we had such a wonderful praise time this morning. These people, the lepers are far off, and he's hearing these people worshiping God, praising Jesus, following Jesus around. But he got it in his mind, Jesus can do what he says he can do. Now my job is to get close to him. How is he going to get close to him? Now, here's how he does it. I wasn't there, but I got a pretty good idea. Now, if he got close to folks, everybody was scared of him too. He was supposed to say, unclean, unclean. So here comes Jesus coming back down off the mountain. You got the crowds. They're waiting on him. This leper busts right up in the middle of them. Unclean, unclean. Oh, a leper. They parted the way. He knew he had to get. They opened the door. He run right up to Jesus. See, Jesus didn't care. But see, that's what we got to do. We've got to know how to get to Jesus. We've got to know we need to get to Jesus. And that's what that leper done. And he didn't care what the risk was. Once again, God provided a way. He gave them instructions. You think about that. Whenever leprosy got all its rules and regs handed down, unclean, get away from them. He said, I know how to get y'all away from me. I know how to get to my Jesus, and that's what we've got to focus on, how we get to him, because he's ready to do it. He is far more willing to do something for us sometimes than we are to ask him for it. We're the obstacle many times. It's not him. He's always willing and ready. It's us. And now we're in that storm. And this happens. This is the way it goes. In verse 15, beware of, we need to get back in Acts. We're not going to get nothing done there. Don't beware in there. In verse 15, And when the ship was caught and could not bear up into the wind,